Hello, good evening everyone, and welcome to rounds 13 and 14 of the Flat Out E-Racing Group 4 Championship, sponsored by CMB Artworks. And for those of you track experts out there will have already recognised we are at Bathurst at the famous Mount Panorama circuit up and over the mountain. A qualifying session has just started. All the drivers are on their outlap. We've got two races for you tonight. The usual flat out e-racing format. The first race will, the grid will be decided by the qualifying session that's currently happening. And then the second race will be a reverse grid based on the result of the first race. And the faster cars at the back will have to use a harder compound tyres just to give them a little bit of a handicap. So we've got 11 drivers out there tonight. A couple of drivers couldn't make it, and also I'm standing in for our regular commentator Jay, who unfortunately can't make it. So I've picked up his reins at the last minute. So there's a couple of holes in my qualifying. I do apologise. That is down to me, not down to anyone else. So here we go. Everyone's just starting their first timed lap. With the length of this circuit, it's probably only going to be one good run of laps they can do. They may be able to do one quick lap, go in fresh tyres and hop straight out again, but it is going to be awfully tight on time. For those of you watching us out there on YouTube land, always great to hear from you all. Simon Smith says hello. That's Snod77 who's hosting the room tonight. He fears he's going to be a rolling roadblock. Wow, look at the moment of that Pioneer-sponsored Ferrari. He doesn't look very much a roadblock, because right behind him is Stormfly Gr.46, who is our current championship leader. But unlike in our Sunday night DTM championships, Stormfly does not have a big lead in this one at all. And we've only got rounds 15 and 16 to go next week at Brands Hatch. So it's a really tight run to the finish, and the person giving him that tight run is Chili Bass, who is one of the HKRT, which is the Hellenic Knights racing team. Mind you, as we're getting through the twisty bits through the dipper, it does look like Snod is possibly holding VR up, so that check that Snod received in the post from the HKRT team is obviously paying dividends. That was a joke to everyone at home, just to clarify my position on that one. I'm sure Snod77 has better morals than Michael Massey. Oh, did I say that out loud? So here we go, down through the chase. It looks like Stormfly is going to get this move done. Oh, maybe not. It's getting a bit... Oh no, Snod's got it all back to front. Oh no. Right, we're going to head round to... Oh, Onford's gone for the pits already. That's a bit of an odd move. Now here's Dan in the Renault. Now he had a horrendous Sunday night in the DTM Championship. He really couldn't get his head around this circuit. So let's see how he gets on tonight. He's the first one to put a lap in. So we're looking at 2:14s at the moment. Stormfly's gone 2:13, so that's about a second quicker than Dan. Onford, not quite sure why he's gone to pits. I guess that might be a damage thing. So anyway, Timorous is coming to the pits. He's done the 2:12. That's really quick. So, and Stormfly, the middle there, slipped through as well. He's in second place at the moment. So the next one we want to see through is already gone through, which is Chili Bass. So they're in the Aston Martin. So he's about half a second off. He's half a second off pole, but only 0.029 off Stormfly. So the two championship protagonists, there really is not much between them at all. And who's popped up there in fourth? I believe, possibly using a hotel Wi-Fi, is R80, showing what can be done if you're out and about in the country. He's currently slotted in there in fourth, and he's ahead of Dan. So Dan's normally one of our quicker drivers. So let's have a hop round to Dan, see how he's getting on. Excuse me a second while I do our very English thing of finishing my cup of tea. And it looked like Dan through the dipper there was trying to take a bite out of the wall, which is certainly not going to help his pace whatsoever. So, and that looks like he's abandoned that lap and gone back to the pit. So we'll head back to Timorous, who's still out front at the moment. I think he has gone for a fresh set of tyres, so he's decided to go for 2 separate runs on this. And interestingly, he's already half a second in front, so I'm not sure he needs to worry about that too much, but he's obviously slightly concerned about what the likes of Stormfly and Chili Bass are going to get up to. Now, Stormfly is still behind Snod, who appears... he had that off lap, so I think he's actually out on an out lap at the moment. So let's see how Stormfly's getting on as he goes down through the dipper heading towards Forest Elbow. And this corner is so critical, this left hand that they're coming up to now, as it dictates their speed all the way down Conrod straight through the chase. So, and that is one of the more attractive overtaking places on this circuit. So I'd be interested to see whether Stormfly is just trying to get a slipstream off Snod there. And interesting, as we've been chatting there, Chili Bass has slotted in a 2:12.9. That's put him in third, and then Panos has come through in a 2:12.4. So I'll be interested to see whether the HKRT drivers... Oh, Stormfly's backing off to give himself a bit of a gap to Snod. So Cajun's just slotted through into 5th. He snatched that off R80. So this is not yeah, this is Stormfly's last chance to snatch pole. He's currently 4th. So we've got just under 2 minutes remaining, and the lap time's coming in about 2:12. So the time will be out by the time he gets to the end of this lap. So just to remind everybody, we got 2 races tonight. They're both 20 minutes lengths. The second race will be a reverse grid, and that's based on the result of the first race. And the drivers at the back will have a slight handicap of having harder tyres on than the slower guys from the first race, which very much evens things up and produces some really close racing. Now, talking of close racing, it looks like Stormfly is catching Snod at a rate of knots, so it's whether Snod can get through this section as we go up the top over Skyline. Before it's whether Snod can get through. Oh, and he hasn't. Snod's put it in the wall, and that's unsighted Stormfly. So that's Stormfly's chances over and gone with. Now, coming towards the end of his lap is Chili Bass. Let's see how he's getting on. He's going to get another lap in because he's going to cross the line before the time's out. On for pole position. Where did that one come from? A 2:12.388. Fantastic lap time there. I thought he blindly went to the pits early. Can Chili Bass respond? No, he can't. He's a 2:13. He's got one more chance. But Onford, where did that lap time come from? Absolutely fantastic stuff there in the Gulf. Really didn't see that one coming at all. He'd gone into the pits. I thought he was having problems, but no, he's just come out and absolutely stormed it. Unlike Stormfly, who is in the pits, his game plan's all over. So who else is on the move? Let's have a look. Panos in second. Whereabouts is he on the track? Right, I don't think he got past before the time ran out, though he does look like he's still on it. But what a bolt out of the blue that was. Onford, we really didn't see that one coming, did we? At all. So Stormfly's called it a day. He's in the pits. He's down there in 5th at the moment. Let's see what other movers and shakers we've got maybe a little bit further down. We've got Yellow Sausages there in the Ferrari. He looks like he's still on it, so he's crossed the line, able to put another lap in. Oh, here comes Dan's. Dan's got it up to 7th in the Renault. So he's starting to get his eye in there with this tricky Bathurst circuit. Snod's put a lap time in, but at 2:53. It's a good job it's not Formula 1, because I think he's fallen outside the 107%, but at least he's got a time on the board. So Yellow Sausages 0.6 showing 0.6 behind there, but I think that's on pole rather than his own lap, and he does look like he's got some damage on the front looking at his data at the bottom of your screen there. So here we go, out of Forest Elbow, absolutely pedal to the metal all the way down Conrod Straight. So let's see where else. R80's dropped down the order a little bit there in the Hyundai. He's coming up towards the finish. Can he pull himself up? Onford's gone even quicker, 2:12.1. Where's that pace come from? Because on the DTMs on Sunday night, he wasn't on that kind of pace. He's obviously put some hours in. So HKRT Chili Bass, oh, he's popped it through. There we go. And the Aston Martin through to second place. Oh, and out of blue, there is Panos. There was a little bit more pace in that one. He's got a 2:12.077. So Panos snatches pole at the absolute death. So Onford, he had one hand on that pole position trophy, and Panos smacked his hand and snatched it away. So absolutely great job there by Panos, and Onford finds himself in very much an HKRT sandwich there for this first race. So let's see, anyone else likely to be on a lap? I don't know if Dan's finished. No, everybody has now crossed the line, so we've just got to wait for the time to run down, and then we will be ready to race. Vasilas, yeah, I have been learning Greek, but I'm really struggling with that one, I'm afraid. I will say Kalispera to my friend Vasilas, because that's the best I can do at this time of night with the amount of lessons in Greek that I've had. So the qualifiers ended, and we'll be straight into the race. It is a grid start, so it's important to keep your eyes on the lights for this one. So Onford and Panos there on the front row. Everyone pretty correct time. Snod unfortunately had a couple of instances on qualifying, so that's why his time's a little bit out of sync with the rest of them there. So here we go. Let's get ready to rumble. It's still showing Onford on pole. Did he snatch a pole lap there that I wasn't aware of? Didn't they count Panos's? I don't know. But we're off. Look at that start from Timorous though. Elbows his way through. Stormfly coming up around the outside as well. Up to the left-hander of Hell Corner. Panos has got clear at the front, but it's all a little bit tight behind. Look at that there, 3 wide. Onford's been a little bit barged out at the start there. He was on the front row, but he's tucked in there in either 4th or 5th, but they're really bunched together. Let's hope they can keep this all sensible here. It looks like the Hellenic Knights are almost blocking the track there. Onford's trying to barge his way through the middle. He's gone wide. I think he's going to catch the wall there. Maybe held it up very slightly, but this is all looking really tight. Timorous getting a little bit clear of these guys here. Chili Bass there in 3rd, but Chili Bass is the one in 2nd in the championship, and he's the one that needs to get the points off Stormfly. So let's just move back to Onford. So Onford's recovered from that slightly poor start, got himself back up the 3rd position. Stormfly, he was 5th at the start. He's got himself through to 4th. The one that's dropped back very much there and lost out was Chili Bass. So he's dropped back down to 5th at the moment. Cajun 100 in 6th. Dan holding on to 7th place as well. Let's hope he has a better night than he did on Friday night. Oh no! Timorous has got it all sideways there. And I think he had a little bit of a helping hand there from Onford. He's got going again. He's squeezing Cajun up against the wall there. It's all getting a little bit touchy-feely. Oh no! And in the background there, that looked like Cajun got spun round. But we're back on with Chili Bass and Stormfly. Here we go. The championship protagonists are side by side as they head down towards the chase. Look at this, fantastic stuff. Stormfly on the left, Chili Bass on the right. Depends what side you're looking at it. But here we go, through the right-hand thing. I think Chili Bass has just got it. Yes, he has. So, is he going to go defensive? No, he hasn't. So, Stormfly decided to play the long game here. Sorry, I haven't gone back for any replays, but we've got so much action happening up here in front. So Panos has got himself a little bit clear in front. Onford's got a strong 2nd position, but the real battle we've got at the moment is the Hamilton-Verstappen battle of Chili Bass and Stormfly in 3rd and 4th. And look in the background, look who's getting his eye in. It's Dan. He is up to 5th, and behind him is Timorous, who's recovering up to 6th following that incident over the mountain. So we'll stick with these 3 at the moment, because this looks like where the action is likely to happen. So just casting my eye slightly further down to see what's happening anywhere else. I can't see anything else happening very much at the moment, so we'll stick with this one. Looks like Stormfly is catching Chili Bass as we head up towards the cutting. Really tight left-hander here. Important to get good traction on the exit from this. Let's hop on board with Stormfly to see how he's getting on. It does look like Stormfly in 4th and Chili Bass in 3rd are closing up on Onford. It looks like that green VW is getting bigger in our view as the drivers get their tyres warmed up and get their eye in. Here we go, up over the top. So tricky around this section. The car goes light round the right hander, then down another gear, drop off the cliff there. That's it. Back on the throttle, gas it all the way down to Forest Elbow, and on the brakes now. Here we go, trying to keep the best line possible for maximum exit speed. And here we go. Now it looks like Onford has gapped Chili Bass a little bit as we went over the top of the mountain, and up front it's all looking fairly steady at the moment, because there's about 0.8 to a second gap between each of the drivers up the front. Oh, it looks like somebody at the back is having a bit of a problem there. Oh, Snod is having a little bit of a problem there. Yeah, it's reverse over there, over to the right, lift the lever, that's it. Get it going, right, back in the first, and we're off again. Fantastic. Keeping the race, Snod. You never know what can happen in these flat out e-racing races. So back up the front, who's doing what? So Panos has got himself about a 2-second gap, and from those of you who were watching us on Sunday night with the V8 racing, you'll know that Panos made it a race of his own. He in race 1 he just absolutely cleared off, and it looks very much like he's doing the same thing again tonight. So unless he does a very uncharacteristic error, I don't think we're going to see Panos under too much threat. But keeping him honest is Onford in 2nd, and this is a great performance. I think theoretically he had pole, because I don't think they counted Panos' last lap, but Onford is really on the pace here tonight. Wasn't quite so quick on Sunday night with the DTM cars, but he is really on it with the Golf tonight. So he's doing a fantastic job there. Let's move back, see what's happening with Chili Bass and Stormfly. It looks like Chili Bass is just gently easing that gap out from Stormfly. So this is all unusually quite settled down at the front. So we'll work our way back down the grid, see who's settling out. So Stormfly only sort of 0.7, 0.8, and it actually looks a little bit less there. So we'll just hang fire with Stormfly before we head our way a little bit further back down the grid. So, oh, Vasilis has left another comment. No, can't help you with that one. I'd love to. I know the first one's a P sound. No, sorry, can't help you with that one. I'm sure somebody will help me out with what Vasilis is saying on YouTube. So, oh, Stormfly getting a little bit loose there. Coming out of the chase, but kept it all under control. Dan in the background there. Much better pace there tonight than he had Sunday night there in the Renault. But just doesn't seem to be able to quite catch Stormfly. But if he's getting his eye in, things may improve as the evening goes on. So then in 6th we've got Timorous. So he was a little bit further forward at the start, but then he had that incident on lap 1 going up over the mountain, and it all got a bit touchy-feely. But he's recovered there to 6th. But again, these guys, it's all very well behaved at the moment. This is so unusual. So let's have a look. Have we got somebody in the pits there at the back? Let's have a quick look. Oh, Snod's gone for, I would imagine, for repairs in the pits. It looks like he's remodelled the paint job on the Ferrari just a little bit, at least on the rear corner there, just below that Total sticker. So he's just gone in. I would imagine they're refueling it, or I'm not quite sure exactly what's going on there, but we'll move back to the cars on the track. So behind Timorous, we've got Yellow Sausages. He's there in 7th. Haven't had much on him tonight so far. I think qualified midfield and is hanging on to that position. Seems to be doing a very clean job at the moment as they head up over the top of the circuit known as Skyline. Oh, commentator's curse, got it on the grass. It was all getting a bit loose. So a little bit of a quiet night there at the moment for Yellow Sausages. A little bit quiet night for everybody because they're all being rather well behaved. So we've maybe got a bit of developing action there. We've got the two Hyundais, a Devlin Calypso and an R80, just coming out here on the Conrod straight. It looks like R80 is getting a nice little slipstream there. Oh, he's got a very good slipstream. He's gone by. Look at that. Looks like Devlin Calypso must have made an error on the exit of Forest Elbow as they're heading down towards the chase, and R80 was passed and gone very quickly there. So great move there by R80. And then Devlin Calypso we had in 9th, and then in 10th we got Cajun 100. Now I think Cajun 100 got caught up in that incident on the top of the mountain as they were coming down the Forest Elbow, and it looked like he got turned round. So I'd imagine that we can look on board with him. No, he's not actually carrying any damage, so he got away with it in that respect. But I think it's obviously costing quite a lot of track time. So he is catching Devlin Calypso. He's only about 4.8 behind, but this will put him in a very good position for race 2, because this means he'll be towards the front of the grid, and he's somebody you can't count against when we get a reverse grid situation. So let's hop back up towards the front, because by the looks of it, it's all getting a little fairly tight in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th section. Well, relatively tight. I'm not used to such processional racing here at Flat Out E-Racing. This is very unusual. Normally there's a few more door mirrors flying off into the gravel than what I'm seeing tonight. So I'm sure they're going to make up for it in round 2. But while we've got a little bit of a quiet period of the race, I will just mention our sponsor, C&B Artworks, providing the prizes for this championship. If you do a quick search on them, you can find them on Facebook, or you can find them on through normal Google. Normal Google? Is there any other kind of Google? They do great drawings of mainly motorsport vehicles, but if you want a picture of your favourite car or anything like that, they're the guys to go and talk to, and they will provide you with something absolutely unique. So they are great guys to go and talk to. And what has happened here? Panos is in 2nd. The man that I said never made a mistake has, by the look of it, made a mistake. So I don't quite understand what's happened there. Well, we'll have a quick try at a... No. I was trying a replay, but he's already gone by there. Oh no, we don't want to do that. Apologies for the slight interruption but the I'm trying to do too many things here. That I was saying how Panos was always very how should you say, stable out front, never made a mistake, and I was saying how processional it was, and of course just as I said that, it all changed, and Onford's taken the lead. He's going defensive as we're heading up towards Griffin's Bend, and he looks like he's got some good pace there tonight in that Golf as Onford. He's really looking like he... Oh dear me, we're losing all sorts of problems here, and I haven't even been at the wine tonight, so I can't blame that. But Onford is really showing some pace here tonight, and it looks like Panos' attempts to stretch the lead out failed, and Onford was back in front of him like a shot. So from being quite a processional race with just under 8 minutes to go, it is starting to look extremely racy. So here we go, over the top. down through the S's into the dipper. So tricky, this section of the circuit, because those walls, it's not like one of these Formula 1 circuits with masses of runoff before you hit anything. This is at solid concrete walls as soon as you make a mistake. So here we go. This is going to be Panos's best chance if he's going to take one, because I think as they head down here, oh, we're pointing the wrong way, head down here, down Conrod, this is where he's going to try and get in the slipstream of that Golf and pull out. And here we go, we're getting closer, closer, closer. Is he going to be able to do it before the chase? Onford's not going defensive, he's confident he can do it. Oh, but he's gone a little bit defensive, headed, oh, a little bit of a nudge there. But they both kept it on the track. I think we would put that down as a racing incident. So as we head down towards Murray's, can he do anything down the inside here? No. It looks like Onford's gapped him slightly, but maybe just gone a little bit deep and ran the curb there a bit too much. Now coming up to Hell Corner, the first turn, this is so important. He needs to get, or both drivers need to get a good exit from this. And there's a lot of runoff on the outside you can use. There it is, and Onford's using it. Try and get maximum speed out of this. Now looking back, Chili Bass and Stormfly and Dan are still stable in 3rd, 4th and 5th, so nothing is happening there at the moment. Looks like Timorous has dropped back. He was in 6th, he's dropped now back behind Yellow Sausages, but we'll keep with this battle for the lead with just over 6 minutes remaining, because I think this is where it's all going to happen. So as we head up towards the cutting, Panos is so close, and it looks in the background like Chili Bass is getting a little bit closer. Now let me put something to you. Oh, hello. It looks like Onford went a little bit deep there. They're going side by side up over the top, and it's another right-hander, and Panos has got it done round the outside. Fantastic stuff. Look at that. Now can Onford fight back? He's looking left, he's looking right. He's coming up. We're coming up over the skyline. Can Onford hang on to him long enough to try and pull something out as they go down Conrod Straight? So it's really important that he keeps nice and tidy through this section here, but I don't think this battle is over quite yet. I just think Onford made a slight mistake there. Now Onford looking really close there. Can he get anything done? Here we go. Chili Bass in the background, not far away. So I think Onford's going to have a go. Look at this. Look how close he is. Panos going slightly to the right. Look at this, side by side, trading door mirrors. Over the crest, look at the speed of the Golf. It is by already. So maybe that's where Onford pulled something out of the bag earlier. But Onford, there we go, into the chase. He's got the lead back. Here we go. We've got just under 5 minutes remaining. Oh, no. Onford on the grass, but he's got away with it. So head down to Murray's. He's putting the car in the middle of the track, just trying to be that little bit defensive, but doesn't want to compromise his line. So over the grass a little bit. As Panos sticks his nose out. Can he get down the inside of Hell Corner? This is one fantastic battle here. Has Panos got it on the brakes? Yes, he has. But Onford should get a better exit speed and hopefully be able to overtake. And look in the background, Chili Bass is coming. Onford right under the rear wing of that Renault. He pulls out. Panos is going defensive. He's put his car in the middle of the track. Again, the top speed of that VW Golf just drives by. It's like mirror signal manoeuvre. Here we are, up into Griffin's Bend. Now, we're coming up to the cutting where Onford made his mistake last time out. So, can he keep it a little bit clean around here? Just doesn't want to brush that wall. But this is just so tight, and it's so difficult getting a good exit from here. But he's done a much better job this lap than he did last lap. So I don't know where this one is going to shake out. I'm just running my eye down the leaderboard, and it looks like everything's fairly stable. We're going to stick with this battle for the lead. So 3 minutes 28 remaining. So there's going to be 2 laps. So this is the ultimate lap. Look like they both brushed the wall there. Panos, look, he looks like he's pushing that Golf as they go over the top. So here we go, down through the dipper. And this is where they've both got to try and get the perfect exit. But look in the background, just 1.1 behind is Chili Bass, and he's the one second in the championship. Oh, there has been a change. Stormfly's dropped behind Dan, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to pull away from this battle for the lead at the moment. This is where the action is. This is the Hamilton-Verstappen area. So can Panos repay the favour that Onford did for him last lap, but the Renault pulls out. I don't think the Renault's got the speed. I really don't think so. They're side by side. Onford's on the inside for the left-hander, but Panos has gone round the outside. Is that the race-winning manoeuvre? Brilliant stuff there from Panos. I didn't see that one coming. Onford had the inside covered into the chase, and Panos just drove clean round the outside. But we know that got... Oh no, Panos is onto the grass coming out of Murray's. Here we go. Last lap, hang on to your hats. This is where it's all going to happen, and the one coming as well is Chili Bass, and Chili Bass is the one in the battle for the championship. And looking down, yeah, Stormfly's dropped behind Dan, Yellow Sausage in 6th, who's got ahead of Timorous, so not too much to change there. But it looks like Onford has lost a distinct amount of time there, and I just wonder if he's going to come under attack from Chili Bass. I don't think so, realistically. There's 1.2 seconds to go. I am feeling for Onford. He was in a great position for a win, but as we know from Formula 1, we know from touring cars, it's not over till they cross the line, and Onford's coming back. We know that Golf has got good top speed. Can he pull something out of the bag as they go up over the top? Just having a quick check down the list. No, nothing particularly changing at the moment. Onford, he's wringing every last horsepower out of that Golf, but he just doesn't seem to be able to get quite close enough. Can he pull something out as we dip through the S's? Look at that, he's using all the track and a bit of grass as well. And grass again. No, he's got that wrong. He's got that wrong, and that brings Chili Bass into play. Chili Bass is going to go right round the outside. Yep, he's got that move done in the Aston Martin. It was worth Onford's still on the podium. It was worth him trying, but Onford's trying to get a good exit from Forest Elbow. Here they go, down the hill again, down Conrod Straight. Onford's right on the back bumper of Chili Bass. Can he get that second position back? We know the Golf is quick in the straight line over the crest. Chili Bass parking his Aston in the middle of the road. Can Onford pull one last miracle out of the bag? Here we go. Chili Bass going really, really defensive. Onford just giving him a little gentle tap on the rear wing, but he just hasn't got the space. We've just got one more chance at Murray's to pull something off. Oh, we're getting this yellow, this car off at the last corner, but I don't think it's one of the leaders. So we just look, Panos is crossing the line there. So in second place is Chili Bass. Third is Onford. Fourth is Dan, who got in front of Stormfly. So that's going to bring things close in the championship. Sixth coming across in the Ferrari's Yellow Sausages. Slightly out of position from where I'd expect to see him is Timorous. There in 7th. 8th is R80 in the Hyundai. And then Cage 100 recovered from that first lap incident. He's up to 9th. And then in 10th is Devlin Calypso. And finally, across the line is Snod. What a fantastic race. We weren't expecting that one, were we? Oh, Vasilis is... No, Vasilis, no, you're really outside my comfort zone now. I'm sure you know, and I'm sure if I found my Greek lessons I could reply to you, but I will just say Tikanas, and hopefully you'll reply to that, because I can work with that. What a fantastic race. I didn't know where to look. Up to 10 minutes in, there was so little going on. I didn't... After one lap and everyone had sorted themselves out, I thought it's going to be a quiet evening, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the lead changed. Onford got in front of Panos, and then they had that absolute cracking and looked absolutely respectful battle for the lead, and just unfortunately on that last lap, he just Onford just pushed it that little bit too hard and cut across the grass, caught the wall, and Chili Bass got past him, got for second. So I did feel for Onford there, but at least he was able to come away with a podium. So I'm sure he'll be chuffed with that. I know he'll be disappointed he didn't get the win, but what a fantastic bit of driving. That was absolutely brilliant there from Onford. I really didn't see that coming. He was competitive in qualifying and, you know, really on that in the race. And then let's just bring the result up, and I'll just mention few other performances on there. So we had Dan, who eventually got 4th, and now I've seen him just comment that he's actually starting to find his pace and his eye in this circuit. And Dan is a very quick driver. He did a stunning performance a few weeks ago at Brazil, where he won both races on medium tyres when the other drivers were on super softs. So Dan has certainly got pace. He just hasn't quite got his eye in as we would expect him to with this Mount Panorama circuit. Stormfly dropped away there. I was quite surprised. I thought he was going to be up there fighting Chili Bass and Panos. He seemed to lose pace. I don't know if he picked up damage somewhere, but he was dropping away there. Yellow Sausages picked up 6th, having passed Timorous, and that was a driver who I didn't feel performed quite as well as his qualifying suggested he would. I was expecting to see him up in the top 3 or 4, so he did have an issue on the first lap, so he may well have been carrying damage. And then in 8th we've got R80, who I believe is working off hotel Wi-Fi, so thank you to Holiday Inn or Green King or wherever he's being sponsored by tonight. 9th for Cajun 100, he recovered from that first lap incident over the top of the mountain, got spun round. Devlin Calypso was battling there with R80, but I did see him make a couple of little mistakes, but still got a good top 10 finish there. And Snod unfortunately had that incident on Forest Elbow and then had returned to the pits for repairs, so unfortunately that rather put paid to his race. But race 2, he's going to be at the front of the front of the field. Admittedly, he's going to be on harder tyres, but let's just see who's out and about doing something on track at the moment. He's going to be on harder tyres, so it'll be interesting to see how that one shakes out. Now I believe they're going to be on harder tyres because I'm looking at Dan and he's out there on super softs, so I'm sure someone will let us know. Okay, well, just had a response from Stormfly. He said Timorous didn't have an issue, he was pushed. On4 was not taking any prisoners when pushing passes. Yeah, well, I didn't quite, there was so much going on in the first lap, I wasn't quite sure. So that was good. Simon Smith, who's Snod 77, he said he plans to get his way out of the way as soon as possible. No, Simon, you're up front, you're on pole. Make it as wide as possible, grit your teeth. And the best racing advice I can give, the big shiny mirror in the middle of the car, rip it off. Don't worry about what's behind you, just rip it off, open the window, chuck it out. What's behind you doesn't matter. So let's see who else we've got out having a little bit of practice. Okay, I appear to be throwing a dud. I don't believe the top 6 do change to mediums. If I've got that wrong, I do horribly apologise. I'm causing chaos on the track. That's what happens when you hire a last minute commentator. It's like, do you remember when you were all at school and you used to get the what we call in the UK a supply teacher, which basically meant you spent an hour and a half watching an old video in your classroom and didn't really learn anything. This is a bit like what your commentating's going to be tonight. It's going to be an hour and a half. You're not really going to learn anything, but it'll probably be quite entertaining. So, and if it is for entertaining, please do us a favour. We're really close to getting into over 100 subscribers. So I think we're on 96 or 97. So please do us all a great favour. Subscribe to the channel. You've only got to click that button. We won't hassle you with lots of activity. We do 2 races a week. So please just click on that one and get our subscribers up. That would be really appreciated. So Vasilas is that's not Ella. Is that Ella? Ella? No, Ella's Go, so it's not that. So right, here we go. While I'm trying to work out my Greek, we're off and ready to run. Here goes the second race. So ignore what I said earlier about the front drivers being on harder tyres. That's only on a Sunday night, and I'm rent a commentator from Sunday night because unfortunately Jay, who is obviously much more confident with this series, is normally here on a Wednesday, but unfortunately can't make it. So you've got like a supply commentator. So we've got a good luck all from Neil, who is Noddy's mate, who you quite often see racing on a Sunday night. So here we go. Revs are up. Oh, we haven't got a reverse grid. I got that wrong as well. Yes, we have got a reverse grid. Sorry, I looked at the green car and thought it was on forward. Got it all wrong. Forget that. We're off. So Devlin, Calypso and Snod side by side down to the first corner. Devlin, Calypso doing a nice manoeuvre there around the outside. Dan in the background looking a bit wide. It's all looking a bit bumpy and bory in the middle there, but it looks like everybody's still pointing in the correct direction. Cajun 100 through there in third. Devlin, Calypso making a good getaway in the lead. Snod in the slipstream, so his claim of getting out of the way quickly, he's definitely not doing that, and he's looking quite racy. So who's moved up quickly in the background? Onford's up to 7th already. Panos is in 8th. So here we go, up through the cutting for the first time. How long can these drivers hang on to the lead? Looks like Devlin Calypso had a massive understeery moment there as they went into the into the cutting, and he's now being caught by all the drivers behind him. So he's a little bit of the cork in the bottle here as we go over the top, because there's nowhere easy to overtake. And Timorous clouting the wall again there in the background. He did that on the first one. But the one who's really made some moves through is Stormfly and Onford. Onford's up to 5th. So he's doing really well again in this second race. So Devlin Calypso pulling a little bit of a gap there on Snod, but just over-egged it a little bit, clipped the wall, but he's still pointing the right way, and that's all that matters. So here we go, down to Forest Elbow. Now, this is where it's all going to get a little bit racy. I'll tell you what, we'll move back to Cajun, because look at this. There's cars all over the place. So was that somebody out, spinning out? No, there wasn't. So, hang on, we'll go back to the front, because it's now all happening there. Snod is looking down the inside of Devlin Calypso. That Ferrari looks a little bit quicker down the straight. Here we go, the Ferrari's through. But the Audi's coming up as well. The Audi for Cajun 100, he's slipping in behind Snod, and he's got through into second. So Onford in the background there, looking down the inside, but now he's gone a little bit wide by the look of it. I don't know, somebody was a bit... Oh, Devlin Calypso looked like he was a loser a little bit in that one. So Snod, despite the fact he said he was going to leap out of the way, leads into the second lap. Cajun 100 in second and Onford in third. Or is it Onford in third? Can we see? Yes, Onford in third. Devlin Calypso showing 4th at the moment against Stormfly. Stormfly's through into 4th, and Cajun 100's gone wide at the first corner, so Snod's got a bit of a gap. So here we go. Snod coming under pressure now from Onford, who was a podium position on the first race, and he was along with Panos, who is not even in the top 8 yet, and Chili Bass, who is 6th. So this is looking quite good for Onford at the moment. Let's hope they all keep it clean and doesn't all get too pushy. I'll tell you what, we're going to look a bit racy, so we'll go on board. Oh, look at that, right down the inside at the cutting went Onford on Snod, and he got the move done. I was hoping we were going to see a few corners of action there, but that very much wasn't the case. So Onford is through and into the lead, and now, because, let's have a look. Chili Bass is in 6th, Dan is in 8th, and Panos is not even in the top 8. So this is, oh no, Snod's off. Unfortunately, oh there, hang on. I don't know where to look. After having the quiet race in the first race, I'm now getting all confused with all the action we've got going on here. So we've got Timorous in second, Stormfly already up to third, so he's going to have his eye on catching Onford, because he'd like to get a win here and try and help himself in the championship. Chili Bass, he's just behind Devlin Calypso, who is in 4th. Chili Bass in 5th. So Stormfly through to 3rd. So Yellow Sausages there in 6th, which I think is about where he started. So I'm going to just have a quick look further down. Panos down there in 9th. Now, we saw this on Sunday on the second race with the reverse grid. Panos just didn't seem to be able to get through the traffic anywhere near as well as or as quickly as he did when he got away at the front in the first race. Oh, Cajun 100's on the grass there. Oh, he's obviously dropped back from a problem as well. Don't know if he's had contact with somebody, because he was up there in the front. But Panos seems to be a bit of a Valtteri Bottas, that when he gets bogged down in traffic, he doesn't seem to be able to make his way forward. So let's have a quick look up front. Right, so Onford's now gapping Timorous, who is in second. So who have we lost from second? Oh yes, we lost Snod, didn't we? So that means Timorous was in second, but he's got 2.2 seconds as on Ford. He's got very much clear air. And we've got about 2.2 seconds back to Timorous in second, but he's coming under the closer. Oh, talking of closer tensions, let's move back a little bit there. Look at this. So that's Yellow Sausage in sixth. Dan, who's definitely picking up the pace, there in seventh. And oh well, Yellow Sausage is getting a bit squirrely coming out the cutting there, which is so easy to do. It's a tight corner with a very steep exit, and he just got a little bit too much on the gas. And as quick as you like, Dan was through and away. Now Yellow Sausage is coming under pressure from both R80 and Panos. So I'll keep an eye on what's happening up front. But oh no, R80. The pressure, it appears, got to him first because he's just spun out there going over the top. So as a work, oh no, who went so? Oh, Panos looked like he went a little bit sideways there. No, R80 must have caught it because he's still pointing in the right direction. So he did lose a couple of positions there, but he was having a little, how do you say it, a little bit of a moment. So let's move forward to Chili Bass, who's now coming under the attentions of Dan. Devlin Calypso hanging on well there in fourth. If he can hang on to that to the end of the race, he will be over the moon, I'm absolutely sure. So here we go, Chili Bass diving the inside the first part of the chase. Has he got it done? Can he get around the outside? Yes, he can. Great manoeuvre there. That Aston seems to work well in that particular situation. So Devlin's dropped to fifth. Oh no, he's going to drop even more there. It looks like Dan has got down the inside as they head towards Murray's, and Yellow Sausages is following Dan through. So unfortunately, in the space of two corners there, Devlin lost 3 places. But it's a long race, there's still 13 minutes to go. So I'm sure he won't give up on it quite yet. So who's coming up behind Devlin Calypso next? It is Panos. Excuse me. Oh, there's more action. Oh, it's all Timorous and Stormfly getting racy together. Timorous parking it in the middle of the track, trying to force Stormfly to go the long way round, which he is having to. Let's hop on board with Stormfly, and if we look in the right direction, here we go. This section's called the cutting. It's very tight and then very steep exit, and that's where Snod made the mistake on the previous lap and got it all sideways. Sorry, Yellow Sausage got it all sideways. So here we go, up over the top. We're getting a few more comments. Oh, Snod, it appears has pulled into the pits. He said it was fun while it lasted. Well, that's what it's supposed to be. We're here for a bit of fun, Snod. That's what it's all about. So here we go, up over the top, over Skyline, into the Esther section. We can see on Ford disappearing just in the distance there. Oh, quick sparks as we clouted the wall there. Oh, and then Timorous has got a 1 second penalty. Now he needs to drop that before the end of the lap, so that is going to fall into Stormfly's hands very much. So here we go, down Conrad Straight. Now where can Timorous lose that penalty to be able to not get caught out too much? Oh, there he is, he's dropping it now at the end of Conrad Straight. So he's back on, he's stopped ghosting out, so he's back on the throttle. Now he'd have got that penalty probably for transgressing track limits somewhere, which on a lot of parts of the circuit is quite difficult to do because there's obviously walls right along the side of it, so you can't shortcut. But I think if you're a little bit ambitious as you go over Skyline, some of the areas on the edge of the track there, it doesn't like you taking too much of a shortcut. So looking behind, let's just move back to, so we've got Timorous in third. He's going to have a go back, I'm sure, but let's look back a little bit further because we've got Dan and Yellow Sausage has got by Chili Bass, which is a bit of a surprise. I wonder if Chili Bass made a little bit of a mistake there. And the other one I'll keep an eye on, Ford has got his way through to the front early on and got a good gap. Now, it'll be interesting to see whether Stormfly can close him down. So this seems to be where the race is at the moment. Dan in fourth, Yellow Sausages fifth, and Chili Bass in sixth. I'll just keep... Oh, and then saying that, Dan looks like Cajun 100 has just got by Devlin Calypso in 8th. Let's see if we can do a brave replay on that one. So going into Griffins, it looks like Devlin Calypso went really, really deep. Got a lot of understeer going on there. And then as they head up towards the cutting, it looks like Cage are going to sweep right round the outside. Lovely manoeuvre there. Brilliant stuff. Okay, let's hope the replay system is working and it will take us back. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Things are working well tonight. So, on forward in front now, about 6-second lead. So, this is going to be all about consistency now going forward with just 9.5 minutes remaining. So, let's just move back to that battle in 3rd and 4th. So, Stormfly has still got the upper hand on Timorous. Mind you, it looks like that BMW in the straight line is quick. Obviously, he's getting the slipstream advantage off Stormfly. Here we go. Timorous pulls out as they're heading towards the chase, but he hasn't got alongside. So, Stormfly on the dirt there. That's brought Timorous into play. Stormfly's going defensive. They head down towards Murray's. And in the background, Dan has got by... no, Dan was in 4th. Excuse me, I'm doing the Murray Walker on you. So, Stormfly is through there into 2nd place. Oh, sorry, is Howard on to his 2nd place. Can't keep track, it's all happening. But in the background, that's brought Dan into play. And Timorous getting really, really sideways there has brought Dan into play even more. And look at that, he's right on the tail of Timorous there. We'll go on board because this is going to get close. Because Dan's got really, really good exit speed out of Howell Corner. As they head up towards Griffins, can Dan do anything? He closes up under braking. It looks more like that we've got closer running between Stormfly and Timorous than Dan picking them up. So, but I think with Stormfly and Timorous running in close company there, that's going to hold them up a little bit, and Dan's going to be in there. And over the last 3.5 races, which I'm including the 2 races on Sunday night in the DTM Championship, Dan has definitely got his eye in with his circuit, and he's never a man to be discounted. So we'll hop on to Timorous in the middle of this battle, and I think Timorous is getting itchy because he can see Dan coming. He knows Dan is quick. As they whiz down through the dipper, as they hard on the throttle down towards Forest Elbow. This is where it's all critical. It's so important to get a good exit from this corner, not to clip that wall on the exit, which none of them have done. So Dan right in the slipstream now of Timorous, whereas last lap Timorous was giving Stormfly a hard time. Now it's Dan giving Timorous a hard time. So we will have a rundown of the field shortly, but this battle is ongoing, so we're going to stick with it. We've just clicked under 7 minutes to go. Here we got Simon Smith is saying nice move there by Kevin. That was Cage 100, and Timorous is trying to go down the inside of Stormfly. Oh, and he's pushed him off. Oh, the stewards are going to get involved with that one. Stormfly come back in. It's a Hamilton Verstappen job yet again. And then Dan is trying to take advantage of the situation and dive down the inside of Stormfly. So, and then Stormfly's out on the dirt. I think the stewards are going to be having a look at that one after the race, because now Yellow Sausages has got by Stormfly. So that looked a little bit pushy by Timorous there, so I think there's going to be inquiries on that one. So anyway, Dan is now the one showing close attentions to Timorous. And we'll just go for a quick on board look how close we are. We can see, we could also almost see the pistons in the engine. We're so close to the exhaust. So here we go, up to Griffins. Mid-corner, that BMW of Timorous seems to pull out just a little bit. I'm sure Stormfly's going to be back. He'll be wanting to get by Yellow Sausages and get back in this battle. We've got just under 6 minutes remaining. So as we climb the hill, we'll just keep an eye on the action further down. Chili Bash is the one not really making moves up the field as much as I would have expected. He's there in 6th now. He's only just 1 position behind Stormfly, and that's going to keep the championship battle really live into the final round next week, so don't miss that one. Click that subscribe button below the screen on YouTube so you don't miss it. This final round is going to be real gloves off. it's going to make Hamilton Verstappen look like kindergarten. So it looks like Yellow Sausages has made a mistake somewhere along the line. I don't think we can, we're probably too far back in time wise to catch what it was, but Yellow Sausages was fourth. Oh, hang on, and Timmerus and Dan are going for it. Dan showing through into second place. He's obviously got a good exit, he's got good speed in that round to go over the crest. If Dan can hold it around the outside of the right-hander kink, he'll be on the best side for the left-hand corner. It's touchy-feely. Can he get him on the brakes? No, Dan thinks better of it, holds on for another lap. But Timmerus gets out on the grass there, and that slowed him up a bit. But in the background, it looks like someone had a penalty. I think it was Stormfly, maybe. So, here we go. My rough calculations suggest we have 2 laps remaining. So, Stormfly, it's not showing a penalty. That was a commentator error yet again. But Dan's not giving this one up, and I think Stormfly is going to be on the back of this battle very quickly. Dan pulls out as we head up Mountain Straight. Timmerus having to stay to the right now. He's going defensive for the next right-hander. Up over the crest. I don't think Dan can do anything from there, but he's putting Timmerus out of position. Timmerus pulls back across. I'm just looking at those 2 cars. The BMW Timmerus just doesn't look quite as stable as Dan's Renault. If Dan gets, he's looking at, he's going down the inside. Oh, he gave a little bit of a healthy rest on the rear corner of Timmerus's BMW, but no harm done. They're both still facing the same direction and in the same position. So, but there was a sliver of an opportunity there, and Dan was looking at it. So the one we haven't mentioned a bit for a while is on Ford, but he's in a race of his own. He's out and gone. So we're going to stick with this because this is where the battle is. Dan's using the grass as well as we head over the S's. I don't think he can do anything through here. Down through the dip. Oh, mind the wall there, Dan. Mind the wall. So here we go, Forest Elbow. This is where exit is critical, as we know. We've mentioned it several times before. So Dan is right in the slipstream of Timmerus again. So Timmerus, it's time to pick a side. He's going to the right. Oh, now he's drifting over a little bit. Dan's played his card. He's going for the left-hand side again. He's trying to get by before we get to the chase, but he just can't quite have the speed to get by. Can he do anything on the brakes? Here we go. He's sticking his nose out. He's gone for it. He's trying it on the brakes. Can he get it turned? He's touching the grass. He's a little bit loose on the exit. He's got to go defensive for Murray's. No, he's not. Timmerus was looking at it, but he can't do it. Dan's right in the middle of the track. He's got it covered. Dan up to second. Timmerus down to third. Stormfly coming in fourth. Chili Bass is in fifth and Cajun 100 in sixth. So this is still remarkably tight between all the drivers. Look in the top right hand corner. Look how close all the little blue arrows are. So Dan using all the track on the exit there. He's definitely getting his eye in with this circuit. So this is it, final lap. We will just hop forward to see our leader, who's already going around Griffin's. So he's long gone. He won this very early on by getting through to the front of the field from that reverse grid position. But be interested to see whether there's any comments on the way that he got through, because it did all look a little bit tight as we got through, but hopefully it's all good and he's through and he's clean. Dan's done a great job. He's getting his eye in and he's getting a little bit of a healthy shove there by the looks of it from Timmerus, but that just returns the favour from the last lap. So here we go, up over the top towards Skyline, highest point of the circuit, hence the fact it's called Skyline. There's nothing really that I think Timmerus can do through this section here. It's going to have to be at the chase on the final lap. I'm just looking down. Stormfly still in fourth. Chili Bass still in fifth. Cajun 100 in sixth. He may have passed Yellow Sausages, I think. And R80 in eighth. So the one that I'm very surprised by is Panos. So he must be in either ninth or 10th. So he really hasn't made progress through. I think he very much seems to be a Bottas in that. Oh, and notice that Timmerus just caught the wall there in the background. Oh, unfortunately, it appears the Cajun 100 did do a nice move and I missed it. So But I think Dan has got this one done. He's pulled that game out. Timmer's just clipped the wall, so Timmer's is just too far back. So great drive through there by Dan. But our winner by a long, long way, by 8 seconds up the road, is Onford. Got the podium in the first race, just lost second position on the last lap to third, but he still got a podium and he gets his first win of the series in this second race. Dan crosses the line, does a handbrake turn. So Timmer's Stormfly in fourth, Chili Bass in fifth. Look how quick they're crossing the line. Cajun 100 in sixth. Yes, he got by Yellow Sausages. Great move there by Kevin, well done. And then in eighth place is R80. Look how quick they're crossing the line. And then Devlin Calypso in ninth. Oh, and Panos had retired to the pits. I didn't realise that. So Panos wasn't the top two of the championship, but he was certainly there or thereabouts. So what fantastic racing we've had tonight in both races. It's funny, it's showing 1 minute 40 to go because of the I think that's because of the drivers in the pits. So until they've technically crossed the line, they won't end it. But we've had two fantastic races there tonight. We'll hop on to Onford, who appears to have a windscreen wiper issue. Didn't realise you could turn those on. You learn something new about GT Sport every day. But we had two fantastic races there. The reverse grid produced some absolutely great racing there. Onford definitely came out on top, got his elbows out and got through to the front. But a great drive there also by Dan, because he's been getting his eye on this track, and great move there to get by Timorous, who finished third. Timorous didn't have such a great first race, but really did well in the second. Stormfly fourth, and I think that keeps him and Chili Bass about stable in the championship. So it's still all to play for in the last race. And then we've got Cajun 100 in Chili Bass in fifth, Cajun 100 in sixth, Yellow Sausages there in seventh, and R80 in eighth. Rounds out your top eight. Let's have a look, see what everyone else has. I'm sure for Silas, I'm sure the HKR team, the Hellenic Knights, will know exactly what you're on about. But all I can say to you is Kali Nicked and F. Havastol for watching. So we've got one more round or two more rounds and one more event of this championship, and that's going to be happening next Wednesday, and you'll have hopefully Jay back as your regular slightly more competent commentator, and that is the final round, and that is going to be at Brands Hatch in the UK. And then just to remind you, we've got the final round of our DTM championship. That is also at Brands Hatch. That is at Sunday night at 9 PM, and that is myself commentating, and that is again is heading towards the final round. I think Stormfly has almost got that one wrapped up. However, I think for second, third and fourth it is really, really close. So that's one really worth watching there on Sunday night. So click that subscribe, click the like. We'd love you doing that. We want to hear your comments, positive and negative. And in the meantime, keep safe, keep getting those jabs in your arm, and we all hope to see you soon. Take care, everyone.